Alright guys, and welcome back to more Persona 4 Arena. Now, I do want to mention it is still April 1st, and as I split the last video, I went online, I was trying to update some Persona 4 Arena videos, and then the videos weren't getting uploaded. I mean, this has been happening to me, just by the way. I've been trying to upload since like the beginning of 8 o'clock this morning, and throughout this whole time, every time I try to upload, it doesn't go through. It pretty much, the uploading process freezes. It's been going on like that for like all my videos. I'm not sure what kind of fucking April Fool's prank YouTube is trying to do, but they pissing me off. They pissing me off. Like, they freezing all my videos. None of them are getting uploaded. This is obviously not a fucking April Fool's Day. They put so much money into making an April Fool's Day joke that they forgot they're running a fucking site that affects people's business. But I ain't one of those people who make mad cash, so I can't complain. But it pissing me off because I spent like 3 hours thinking, oh, my videos just got uploaded. Nope, it was stuck on 15%. You motherfuckers. But anyway, enough ranting. Let's go ahead and start up story mode, and we are about to start Kirijo's Mitsuru Kirijo story.
To the Velvet Room.
The Empress.
I wish you good luck.
Let's do it. Even she looks like 27 years old, man. She ain't 20. She 27. I don't care what anybody says. She too old to look like that. Or she too young to look that old. Anyway, late November in year 2010. The darkness fell without warning. At the same time, the previously busy examination room fell so silent the man's ears hurt.
Hey, what happened?
He called towards the back of the room, but no one answer came. After working for public safety for over a decade, he thought little could faze him anymore, but this was uncomfortably alien. It was no ordinary blackout. If it were, the faint light from machines running on battery power, such as cell phones, would remain. But the silence disturbed him even more. He hadn't even heard so much as a single cry. When he looked around, he saw one spot in the darkness where something was giving off an eerie glow, as if painted in incandescent pigments. Whoa. Once his eyes began to adjust to the darkness, he was faintly able to make out the area around that light.
Forensics team!
What the hell? Who the hell is this guy? He called out, still squinting at the shadow of the person who could see at the window before him. But as the shape resolved, he saw that it was not a person's shadow at all. What the hell? He had no words to describe it. What the? When did Persona end? Persona 3 ended in 2010, didn't it? I'm reading.
What are these?
Chill ran down the man's spine. Their people was the thought that instinctively came to mind. Was this the reason he couldn't hear anyone else's voice?
What's going on?
Who the hell is this guy?
What the?
Huh.
Is anyone here? Hey, let me out!
The man slammed his fist against the door, yelling in desperation. It was at the time when the man noticed that another light similar in color to that emanating from the box could be seen on the part of his hands as he swung it forward. It was a ring. The hell? The man grabbed the ring with slick fingers and tugged, ready to pull off his own finger if necessary. But at that moment,
I wouldn't take that off right now.
What?
The man can't help but gasp.
I'll be there to rescue you shortly. Calm yourself and wait there.
Who's there?
Oh, pardon me. This is Mitsuru Kirijo. We met earlier.
Kirijo. He did know a Kirijo. It was she who brought that strange small box.
Oh, well, I appreciate the help. Just hurry.
The hell's going on here? National Police Agency. The digital clock on the corner of the desk quietly announced the arrival of 10 o'clock in the morning. So 10 a.m. That's all they had to say. Normally most of the staff would be out and about by now, but the entire police department was in turmoil. It was only to be expected with the key figure from the Kirijo group visiting on unusual business.
Kirijo, huh?
The document was hundreds of pages, but a brief summary would read, "We wish to collaborate with the police on an unofficial department for eliminating monsters."
Well, it does happen from time to time. Famous businessmen end up advocating cultish nonsense in pursuit of their ambitions.
Upon consideration, it was decided that the Kirijo group should be invited in to give their pitch. Of course, there was no intention of spending tax money on outlandish proposals. The police interest in humoring the Kirijo's group lay elsewhere. So this is pretty much how she founded the Men in Black. While still a family-run business, some said the old man Kotsu Kirijo, right, had delved into paranormal research and was performing inhumane experiments. The police collected enough evidence to test the rumor and had prepared many times to force an investigation. Ergo research, as Japanese people would pronounce it. Yeah, I'm clicking this as slow as I can because I know that some people want to read it, and I'm reading it too, but I'm not going to read everything out loud because my voice starts to hurt. If I read every single text, my voice, geez, we don't want to go there. We don't want to go there. I'll read most of it, but man, not everything. It wasn't long before the Kirijo card arrived in the underground Crochet de l'Allure. I don't even know how to say that. The staff here to receive the guests only shrugged at the long black limousine that would have turned heads on the main roads. One of the youngest recruits looked towards the man and asked a good question.
"Chief, what's with that car?"
But that was the least of the surprises in store. When the Kirijo group residents, I said residents and representative at the same time. When the Kirijo group representative stepped out of the limousine, she was shown to be a beautiful young woman no older than a university student. I would have been like, "Damn, you look like you 27, girl." All of them were young women roughly her age. The scene mesmerized the various I can't read that. I can't see it. Dignitary? What the fuck?
Thank
Fuck
you very
that
much
word.
for this opportunity. I am Mitsuru Kirijo, representing the Kirijo group. It's not.
Her brisk greeting radiated poise.
"She's the company rep? Really?"
Really, bro? The young recruit who was sneaking looks out of the corner of his eye muttered in spite of himself.
Their proposal said the rep who's coming today would be the leader of this new unit, but I thought it was supposed to be some hardcore armed response team, and she's leading it? Well, I guess it's better than some meathead.
Shut up and hold your position.
But in truth, the man felt the same way. Certainly, this monster extermination unit would never be incorporated, but even if it were, he was sure that this wuss of a girl could never do such work.
All right, start bringing them in.
Degenitaries?
Roger,
I
sir.
don't know. The man signaled his trained subordinates surrounded the Kirijo truck.
Are you sure it's okay for us to open these? The instructions said not to.
It won't be a real investigation if we let them hamstring our procedures. Besides, I can't think of anything they could send us that we couldn't handle. Unless there's real monsters inside these things.
And they probably end up being shallows. The articles were brought in silence. The operation only lasted about 15 minutes down. The man himself received the last item, about the size of a jewelry box, and checked the truck to make sure nothing went overlooked before closing it up. So I'm guessing this must be earlier. This is pretty much a flashback within a flashback. What the hell? Try though, he might to attain his composure. He couldn't contain the excitement he felt. For 10 years, the darkness of the Kirijo group had been a frustrating legend, like mist between the department's fingers. The chance to investigate and expose them were here at last. Expose these fraudulents. The fraudulent Kirijos.
Huh. Are these rings?
I think I said frogs. Did I say frauds or did I say frogs? I meant to say fraud. I said frog. Oh well.
We're not sure yet.
The man put on some protective latex gloves and tried one of the objects on. After looking at it from every angle, its color and shape seemed to be nothing but ordinary. If it was meant to be jewelry, it wasn't very attractive. Darkness suddenly fell.
Please step away from the door.
The voice echoing in the man's mind brought him back to reality. He took a few steps away from the door as directed and stood ready. So yeah, it was a flashback within a flashback. Flashception.
Where'd this ice come from?
It had frosted over. The man couldn't believe his eyes, but the evidence was there in front of them. So are they pretty much... They can... If the dark hour is over, how the hell can they manipulate like time and space somehow to allow themselves summon their personas?
Are you alright?
Yeah.
She must have found a way to manipulate time and space.
We did give you fair warning, but it seems to have gone unheeded.
The man looked towards the ring shining on his finger.
And this happened because we touched that box? What is this thing?
That ring gives its bearer an unstable form of pseudo-potential and allows anyone to experience the Dark Hour.
The Dark Hour?
The box itself seems to be a failed recreation of the Dark Hour. The effect radius is small, and it malfunctions when improperly handled.
Ah, so I was kinda right. The Dark Hour, he remembered the phase coming up in the documents the Kirijo group had sent. If he recalled correctly, it was defined as a hidden time unable to be experienced by normal people. And we know this. According to the documents, it seems to have occurred every night at midnight for about 10 years until spring 2011, as if forcing its way into normal time. Until now, it seems like pure fantasy.
So you're saying those stories in that document, that occult-sounding stuff was actually for real?
At that moment, a voice suddenly echoed from beyond the hallway past the broken door.
Who's there?
The man reflexively called out in alarm.
Chief! Hey, are you alright?
The man began to rush to his side, but the Kirijo woman silently stopped him. She stood between the two as if protecting the man.
What? He's my...
Before he could finish, a surprising change overtook the recruit. What the hell? With an agonized scream, he fell. A black tar-like substance began flowing from his every orifice? What the fuck? This is like words you would never know. Unless the ooze spread unnaturally across the ground and cohered. And another word I never heard, into a glob. It rose up like a beast raising its head, and what looked like claws began to form. Its appearance showed clear signs that it possessed some malevolent will. Whoa, it's Takaya! No, I'm just joking. The man thought again about the Kirijo group's initial proposal. We wish to collaborate with the police on an unofficial department for eliminating monsters. Without a doubt, this was what they referred to. That name that came up again and again was...
This is a shadow.
That it is. It's a monster that dwells in every person's heart. They usually can't manifest themselves this way, but it's quite common to see it happen during the Dark Hour.
So the research to make this happen artificially, that's what Kirijo has been experimenting with.
That did seem to be the extent of it, at the start.
The man couldn't prevent himself from shuddering to imagine the implications of her statement. With the second roar, the half-liquefied shadow suddenly took the form of some fell beast. But that face looks like Nyx's face, kinda. Oh wait, it looks like the face of a tarot card. I don't know. But where the face should have been was nothing but a mask, giving it a bizarre appearance of two creatures stitched together. The young woman, for her part, seemed to not in the least be perturbed.
Kikuno, my things, please.
Oh, excuse me. That didn't look like Nyx. That's like the face all shadows have. So I take it back. I think the face represents whatever arcana they are. The blade was specially shaped, similar in design to a fencing saber.
Going to fight it?
Stay back. This will all be over soon.
In the darkness of the room, the man found it difficult simply keeping his eye on it. The young woman did not move. Her sword remained lowered in the face of the shadows advanced.
Artemisia!
At a word from the young woman, some unseen force slammed the shadow against the wall. The man momentarily doubted his own eyes. Yes, she defeated the shadow.
Ha!
A white gleam arcs through the air.
Are you all right?
The young woman turned towards the man. The sound of her boots hitting the floor gave him the jarring realization that she hadn't moved a single step during the fray.
Your fallen employee's life is in no danger, but he'll be very weak. Make sure he gets to a hospital. Should I make the arrangements?
Of course, you're the one with the money.
No, I should at least handle that. It is a public security matter.
You gonna pay his hospital bills though, right? She pretty much staged this to happen. This could have been completely avoided if she didn't bring that box. It's like she did this on purpose. The man felt his body become suddenly light, causing him to breathe a sigh of relief. He hadn't realized until the pressure was gone that the air had been as suffocating as if he had been underwater. A young public security worker was lying unconsciously nearby.
I'd be shocked too if I were them.
It occurred to him that if normal people couldn't sense the dark hour, the sudden change in circumstances must have seemed to them like, whoo, I can't read that. I think that says magic trick. I'm not sure.
Excuse me, but this place is off limits to all unauthorized personnel. Hey, what's going on here?
What you think was going on in here? I was getting it in.
It's alright. We had a little emergency.
Yeah, we had a little emergency with my blue balls.
That aside, halt all examination of the relics they brought in. We'll wait for further instructions from the Kirijo group.
Huh? But you said...
If there are any boxes that are closed, don't force them open. Not if you don't want to come face to face with monsters.
Leaving the frowning forensics teams behind him, the man quickly went into the hallway with the Kirijo woman.
I have to thank you for your help. And about the conference, I'll join in as well. It's been arranged so nothing you say would get through to the higher-ups.
As the young woman was surprised at what announced to a confession of betrayal, she didn't show it.
Are you saying you will reconsider your plans?
I can't overlook anything as serious as this. I wouldn't be doing my job as public security if I did. But make no mistake, the things I saw today are proof of the sins the Kirijo group has committed. They can't be punished under the law, but now that they're known, atonement will be made in some shape or form.
Indeed. I never intended anything less.
You really put one over on us this time. Oh, there's no need to be coy. What happened today was no accident, was it? We'd never have believed the reports unless we saw it in person. That's why such a dangerous box had no lid. Am I
It's
wrong?
hilarious. I called it.
There was no lid. That's not possible. That box was classified as risk level 3. It should have been securely fastened.
The young woman fell silent, then gasped and gave the maid walking silently beside her a look.
Kikuno.
The maid continued without the slightest sign of remorse and left her master behind. Who the hell is Kikuno? both the man and the young woman side at once.
Us guys in public security have a reputation for being tough. But it seems like you guys are no slouches yourselves.
Who the hell is Kikono? Who the hell is that? Who is Kikono? The summon it was meant to be the perfunctory refusal talking unexpected promises weird made to continue the time. That stupid. Come on. 6 months passed. After many opportunities to show the actual samples to the dignitaries, I guess, were set up, the proposal special unit was established in mostly the form of the Kirijo requested. The Security Department Shadow Response Unit, or the Men in Black. Shadow Operatives, aka the Men in Black. Alright, so that was a pretty lengthy beginning for Kirijo, and that's before her getting on the plane, so this next part is going to be lengthy too. So what I'm going to... you know what I'll do, and I'm definitely going to split the part here. This is going to be a shorter episode, and then if the next part is actually kind of shorter, I'll split that part into this one. But anyway, I'm going to take myself a short break, and I will be back with you guys very shortly for more Persona 4 Arena. So I will see you guys later.